Hi, my name's Sue. Welcome to today's reflection. I'm reading from Romans 12, verses 1 to 8. So here's what I want you to do. God helping you. Take your everyday, ordinary life, your eating, sleeping, going to work, and walking around life, and place it before God as an offering. Embracing what God does for you is the best thing you can do for Him. Don't become so well adjusted to your culture that you fit into it without even thinking. Instead, fix your attention on God. You'll be changed from the inside out. Readily recognize what He wants from you and quickly respond to it. Unlike the culture around you, always dragging you down to its level of immaturity, God brings out the best of you, develops well-informed maturity in you. I'm speaking to you out of the deep gratitude for all that God has given me, and especially as I have responsibilities in relation to you. Living then, as every one of you does, in pure grace, it's important that you do not misinterpret yourselves as people who are bringing this goodness to God. No, God brings it all to you. The only accurate way to understand ourselves is by what God is and what He does for us, not by what we are and what we do for Him. Now, faced with the gardening, it's easy to do things conscious of God. He's the creator, and we are lucky to be able to enjoy the beauty of that. It's easy to thank Him for the beauty of the rose, the shape of the tree, the wonder of bud forming. It's not hard to talk about the purpose of slugs or the general ugliness of spiders. Wonder if other spiders find spiders ugly. It's not so easy to remember God when we are cleaning the toilet or deeply involved in mopping out the cobwebs. Even more difficult to dedicate ourselves in the middle of our favourite film. I mean, what do you say to God when your head is down the toilet pan, marigolds on, brush in hand? Lord, thank you for the marigold gloves. You can imagine a conversation, can't you? Let's imagine your best friend sitting in the next room. Me. Hiya, how you doing, Mabel? Puts marigolds on. Mabel. Fine, thank you. How are you? Me. I'm just fine, just trying to get the lime scale off the bottom of my loo as I busily scrub the bottom of the pan with my coconut fibre environmentally friendly loo brush. Yes, that is a thing. Mabel. Shall I put the kettle on for you when you're finished? God in the mundane. It's a challenge, isn't it? But very possible. I was struggling with my sermon over the weekend and I really couldn't get my head around what I wanted. My friend is having a house renovated and it has been surrounded by builders for 3 weeks, so I thought I'd treat her to breakfast. We were moaning, our favourite pastime, me especially about the lack of progress on the sermon, her on the lack of progress on the building work. She asks, "What's the sermon on?" I think, quickly on my feet, do I get my phone out and read the Bible passage in the middle of the cafe to my lovely but not so Christian friend? Or do I glaze over it quickly? I decided to get the Bible passage out and read. I read the Bible there and then, in the middle of the bacon sandwich and the pot of tea. And only after 3 sentences, she spoke the sentence that sorted my sermon. Christ mend things. I got goose pimples, and wonderfully so did she. But we had God in the middle of the mundane, the cafe, the bacon sandwich, the tea. So here are 10 suggestions for remembering God in the mundane. 1. Bless, silently or out loud, the next person you meet. 2. When you're eating the next piece of food, thank God for the different textures. 3. Look at slugs and wonder, why, God, why? 4. Going to the loo, thank God for our abundance of water. 5. Shout at God when you watch the news and more people are killed in Ukraine. 6. Give thanks for the NHS when you next take some medicine or have an appointment. 7. Give the shop assistant a smile and thank them for doing their job so well. 8. Ask God why sometimes it feels so difficult to get up. 9. Thank God for the electricity when you have the next cuppa. 10. When you put an item of clothing on, ask God what you should do for him that day. God in the mundane. And of course you may have different things. And what I'd particularly like to invite you to do is perhaps put your suggestion for remembering God in the mundane in the comments below. I'd like to offer a prayer. Lord, who made the stars and the bacteria, help us to take every opportunity to see you at work, to hear you speak to us, and to remember that you walk with us at every mundane and exciting moment of life, and in the life after, when we will meet you. Amen. And as I was writing that, thinking about cleaning the toilet out, I wondered, do they have toilets in heaven? Take care. Have a blessed and beautiful day.